Thinking I need to invest the money, but I don't know what to do. How do I decide what I need to do first, where I need to put the money, what accounts I use? I don't know. I'm going to let you know coming up next, Firefighter Financial Toolbox. Join me. Okay, we're going to talk about priorities in our investing and how we want to prioritize where and when we put our money in. So the first thing I want to say is let's assume that we've already paid down our high credit card debt. So we've got some money to invest. We've got the job. We have a 401k, or in our case, a 457B, and our employer makes a match. So let's use the example of my wife. So the wife has a 401k and her employer matches 3%. So let's say that my wife makes $50,000. So if she puts in 3% of her salary, her employer will match 3% as well. So she puts in $1,500. They give an additional $1,500. That immediately doubles her money. You can't ignore that. Matching, there's nowhere else that you can get an immediate 100% doubling of your money. You guys, make sure you take advantage of the match. No matter what is going on, get the match. Okay? Next thing I want you to think about is your Roth IRA. Why is that important? Because while investing in a traditional 401k presupposes that when you retire, you'll be in a lower tax bracket. Now, as firefighters, we are not going to be in a lower tax bracket because we're going to have pensions. So we're going to still have other income coming in. So if we have all of our money in traditional, which means that we've got it tax deferring, we're going to pay taxes on it later. Plain and simple. The other thing to think about is with Social Security benefits, once you get over a threshold amount, you're going to get that taxed as well. And as you know, up to 85% of your Social Security benefits can be taxed depending on how much you make. So we never want to pay taxes if we don't have to. The best thing about the Roth IRA is we put the money in after tax, but it grows tax-free. And as long as it's in there after 59 and a half, we can take it all out tax-free then. So let's say that we've put in our 3%, we've got our match, we're getting our free money, we max out our Roth. Now remember, even if you work but your spouse doesn't work, as long as you make enough money, i.e. this year it's $6,000 with a $1,000 catch up if you're 50 or over, as long as you made $12,000, you can put $6,000 for yourself and $6,000 for your spouse, or $7,000 and $7,000 if you're 50 or over. So let's say that you've put the 3% in, you've maxed out your Roth, now you've got that money put away, and you still have some money left that you want to invest. That's when you go back to either your qualified plan, your 401k, or your 457 if that's what you have, or 403b if you work for a school or that kind of thing. All right, so then the nice thing about that is it's going to lower your taxable income. It's going to lower the amount of money at the end of the year that the government is going to look at and tax you on. Now that's nice, but remember, as we said, that money is tax deferred. Now the nice thing is it comes out before it's taxed, so that does immediately lower your tax bill a bit. Now, not every employer offers a 401k or a 403b or a 457. Some of them have their own plans, and so obviously you'll have to see what your employer has. So you may have two different, for example, we have two different options for our 457B. Each plan has some simple things that are a little different. That plan is governed by that plan's rules. So some may let you take a loan, some may let you take an emergency, if you have some sort of life-changing emergency, may allow you to take money out. But that is all up to the plan. One thing we have to say, that, and I've said this before, is when you get the match is always pre-tax for the employer. So that money is going to be traditional, even if you elect to do your deferrals or your contributions in Roth. Now, not all plans allow you to do Roth, 401k, or Roth 457. At my work, we don't have it. We only have traditional. So I max it out because I like the tax savings. But if you know you're in a low tax bracket now, it makes more sense to put your money into the Roth version, knowing that it's going to grow tax free and you'll be able to get it out tax free. Again, every person's situation is a little different. So talk to a tax advisor. Make sure he or she thinks you're doing the right thing for your individual circumstance. So let's say we're doing now. We've maxed out our employee plan, or either be it 457 or 401k. We've maxed out our Roth IRAs, and we still have some more money we want to put away. That's when we start thinking about investing in a taxable account, you guys. This is what people talk about when they talk about having their stock market account or their money that is not tax sheltered. Now, one thing you have to remember is this money gets taxed for capital gains. This money gets taxed for dividends, and you got to pay the taxes on the interest in the year that you make it. So if you put $50,000 into a taxable account and you get a bunch of appreciation in your stocks, while you're not going to pay the difference in the stocks, all the interest that you have in that account, all the dividends that were paid by that stock and or mutual fund, all of those are going to be taxed in the year that you get them. So that's something to think about, obviously, because it's going to lower the amount of money that you get to save. Now, it's not to say it's not a good idea. It might be where you keep your, for example, if you have a money market account, that's a taxable account that you're going to pay interest on the interest that you make on the money, but you're still making some money on the money that you have in the account. But as far as we get into prioritizing, let's summarize really quick. First of all, if your employer has a match, take advantage of the match, at least to the amount that you get the full match. Be that 3%, 5%, 6%, whatever it is, you guys. Put that much money in. You're going to double it automatically. No questions asked, free money. After you do that, max out your Roth IRAs. Granted, the money goes in after tax, but you pay tax on it now, and it grows tax-free forever. So when you take it out in retirement, it's tax-free. The other thing to think about on the Roth IRA is contributions can be taken out at any time. What I mean by that is, let's say I put in $6,000 this year, and next year I put in another $6,000, and something happens towards the end of next year, and I need $6,000. I can take that $6,000 from this year's contribution out tax-free. Now, I can't take the money that I've made on the money out, but I can take the contribution out. So now we've got our match. We've got the Roth maxed out. Remember, we can do it for ourselves and for our spouse. Third thing we're going to do is we're going to work on maxing out that 401k or 457 plan. Now, depending on your plan's rules, you can do that either with traditional, which is going to save you immediately on your tax bill, or you can do it in Roth, which you're going to pay the taxes on up front, but you have the benefit of tax-free growth forever and also tax-free withdrawal. Once you get through that, guys, that's when you start thinking about doing some taxable investing account. Anyway, we've covered a lot of stuff in kind of fast order, but I just wanted to get in here and talk to you guys about the priorities of what you want to do for your investing. If you have questions or comments, leave them downstairs. Give me the like button, smash that subscribe, and come on back. We're going to try to do this at least once a week. For my brothers and sisters out there on the job, please stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.